King Kong ain't got shit on me!
Training Day is full of intense moments, sharp dialogue, and great acting. But there's one scene that takes the movie to a whole different level. The scene I'm talking about doesn't just wrap up the story, it makes the whole thing unforgettable. It's the final face-off between rookie cop Jake Hoyt and his crooked mentor, Alonzo Harris.
Give me the money, please, Jake. Give me that money!
It's not gonna happen.
This moment takes Training Day from a great crime movie to something way more powerful. What makes it so special is how everything comes together. The tension, the danger, and the choices both characters have to make. It all hits hard. We've watched Jake get dragged through one wild, dangerous day, unsure if he'll stick to his morals or give in to the mess around him. And then, at the very end, he finally makes his stand. But before we dive into that scene, let's back up and talk about how we got there.
Just throw that in the glove box.
This car is not from the motor pool.
No, it's not.
To really understand why this final moment works so well, we need to look at what led up to it, the events of the day, the relationship between the two cops, and how everything slowly falls apart. Training Day kicks off with a pretty simple setup. Jake Hoyt, a young cop hoping to move up in the LAPD, has one day to prove himself. He's been assigned to work with a decorated narcotics officer, Alonzo Harris, to see if he's got what it takes to make it in the tough world of undercover work. At first, Jake is excited. Alonzo is smooth, confident, and seems to know exactly how the streets work. But it doesn't take long before things get shady. Alonzo bends the rules and then flat out breaks them. He forces Jake to smoke weed at gunpoint.
If I was a dealer, you'd be dead by now, motherfucker. You turn shit down on the street, and the chief brings your wife a crisply folded flag. The fuck is wrong with you?
They rob drug dealers under the guise of police work. And Alonzo constantly talks about the streets and how being a cop out here is different. Jake keeps getting pulled deeper into situations where the line between right and wrong gets harder to see. The tension keeps building as Jake realizes Alonzo isn't just breaking the rules, he's deep in trouble. We learn Alonzo owes money to some very dangerous people.
We'll lay off the price. All right. Yeah, just make sure that bathtub is clean, homie.
And he's using Jake as a pawn in a bigger, dirtier plan to save himself. By the time we get to the final scene, Jake has been lied to, betrayed, and pushed to his limit. He's stuck in a neighborhood where Alonzo holds all the power. It's dark, it's tense, and it feels like there's no way out. That's what makes the final scene hit so hard. It's not just a fight between two cops, it's the moment where Jake has to decide who he really is and whether he's willing to stand up to everything Alonzo represents.
I need my money!
The final scene takes place deep in Alonzo's territory, a rough LA neighborhood where everyone knows him and nobody trusts cops. Jake shows up, bloody and beat up, determined to stop Alonzo once and for all. Alonzo's plan has crumbled, and now it's just the two of them, surrounded by watching eyes and rising tension. It starts with a standoff. Alonzo still acts like he's in control, barking orders and flashing his badge, but the power dynamic has shifted.
There it is, Jake. Hit me.
Jake isn't scared anymore. He knows the truth, and more importantly, the people in the neighborhood do too. They've seen Alonzo's lies, and they don't lift a finger to help him. That silence says everything. What makes this scene so intense isn't just the action, it's the raw emotion. Alonzo tries to buy Jake off, threaten him, even pull a gun on him, but Jake stands his ground. In one of the most powerful moments, Jake takes Alonzo's gun, his badge, and walks away, leaving Alonzo shouting into the empty street. And then comes the final blow. The neighborhood turns its back on Alonzo.
I'll make you a rich man. Come on now. We want to get paid.
When he tries to leave, nobody has his back. The man who once ruled these streets is completely alone. That moment hits hard. It's not just about Alonzo losing. It's about justice, about getting what you deserve when you've abused power for too long. The camera work adds to the tension. Tight close-ups, shaky movements, gritty lighting. You feel every second. Denzel Washington's performance is explosive, full of pride, rage, and desperation. Ethan Hawke plays it quieter, but just as strong, calm, steady, and finally in control. By the time Alonzo drives off to meet his fate, we know everything's changed. Jake didn't just survive the day, he stood up and did the right thing, even when it was nearly impossible.
That's right, come on, Jake.
Before we continue with the video and my further explanation about the scene, I want to ask for your help. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and help me out. Let's continue. The final scene in Training Day isn't just about two men fighting. It's packed with deeper meaning. One of the biggest themes is corruption and power. Alonzo has used his badge as a shield to do whatever he wants. He talks about street justice and acts like he's untouchable. But in the end, that same badge doesn't save him. When Jake throws it down, it's like saying, "This doesn't mean anything if you don't stand for something real."
I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here.
Another theme is morality. Jake spends the whole day being tested. Should he go along to get ahead? Should he turn a blind eye to keep his job? In the final scene, he makes his choice. He doesn't take the money, he doesn't run, he stands up, even though it could get him killed. That's powerful. It's a reminder that doing the right thing isn't always easy, but it matters.
Take the money.
I mean, I already told you I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take that.
Okay, don't.
There's also symbolism in how the neighborhood reacts. Earlier in the movie, Alonzo brags about how much respect he has there. But when he needs them, no one helps. That's silence. That's justice. It's like the whole community is saying, "We're done with you." Jake walking away while everyone watches feels like a passing of the torch, from fear and control to something more honest.
Do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with.
Even the lighting and setting add meaning. The scene takes place as night is falling, symbolizing the end of Alonzo's reign and the darkness he brought with him. That final scene didn't just wrap up a great movie, it helped Training Day leave a lasting mark on film history. First off, it played a huge role in Denzel Washington winning the Oscar for Best Actor. His performance throughout the movie is strong, but that last scene is unforgettable. You see every side of Alonzo, charming, scary, desperate, proud, and it's all packed into those last few minutes. It's the kind of acting people talk about for years. The scene also turned Training Day into more than just another cop movie. It started conversations about police corruption, power abuse, and how systems fail when the wrong people are in charge. Alonzo isn't just one bad guy. He represents something bigger, and Jake, standing up to him, becomes a symbol of doing the right thing, even when the odds are stacked against you.
You don't deserve this.
This ending influenced other movies too. You can see its fingerprints on later crime dramas that try to balance action with real moral questions. Directors, writers, and actors often point to Training Day as a gold standard for how to end a story with weight and meaning. Even years later, people remember that final scene. Alonzo's last words became iconic. But beyond the quote, it's the fall of a corrupt man and the rise of someone who stayed true that really sticks with viewers. The last scene in Training Day isn't just memorable, it's the reason the movie hits so hard. It brings everything together, the tension, the choices, the cost of doing the right thing. Jake's stand against Alonzo isn't just a victory over one bad cop. It's a moment that speaks to bigger issues about power, justice, and character. It's the kind of ending that stays with you long after the credits roll. And that's why this scene doesn't just finish the story. It transforms Training Day from a solid thriller into a true masterpiece.